Before we dive in, take a moment to reflect. How many brilliant souls, how many extraordinary minds have slipped through the cracks of time? Their stories lost in the shadows simply because no one dared to share them. Today, I urge you to join me in this mission. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can breathe life into the forgotten brilliance of our illuminating the paths of those who came before us. All right, Bismillah. Let's embark on this journey together. With hearts full of hope and a passion for remembrance, let's begin our journey to explore the history of our great Muslim scientists. They say time buries stories, but sometimes it buries brilliance. Sometimes it hides the names of men whose minds were centuries ahead of their era. Men who invented with such clarity, such precision, that the world needed hundreds of years just to understand what they had created. Today, we travel back to the 12th century to the dusty workshops of Diyar, where a quiet Muslim engineer changed history with metal, wood, mathematics, and tawakkul, and then disappeared from the memory of the world. His name was Bodi al-Zaman Ismail ibn al-Razaz al-Jazari. Few know that the machines our modern world depends on, from engines to automated men, carry traces of his genius, and fewer still know that Europe would not develop equivalents of his mechanical systems until 600 years later. Yet for Al-Jazari, none of this was for fame, power, or glory. It was for Allah, and for the amana placed on him as a servant, gifted with intellect. Diyarbakir was a land of scholars, a frontier of ideas woven with the spirit of Islam. And in this land, a young boy spent hours watching the flow of the Tigris River, sketching water wheels on scraps of parchment. To him, the world itself was an engineering masterpiece, living ayah from Allah. He once wrote in his manuscript that every mechanism he designed was inspired by the order Allah placed in creation. This was his worldview. Knowledge was not a trophy, but an act of worship. As he grew, this boy would become the chief engineer of the Artukid dynasty. His workshop glowed with the fire of experimentation, clicking, water flowing through channels, metal arms lifting and spinning. His hands shaped ideas the world had never seen. But one invention stood above the rest. A machine so revolutionary that European engineers would spend centuries trying to understand each machine, built in a time when many parts of the world were still struggling to combine simple mechanical movements. This invention was the world's first, fully automated, moving device powered by a crane. Same concept that would later drive engines, cars, and industrial machines. Al-Jazari created a system where circular motion became linear motion with flawless precision, something Europe wouldn't master until the 18th century. And he didn't stop at one. He created water-raising machines that could lift thousands of liters of water without human effort. He built humanoid robots that played music. He engineered clocks so accurate and beautiful they looked like miracles carved into brass. Each invention was carefully documented in his masterpiece, the book of knowledge of ingenious mechanical devices. But beyond the outer brilliance beat the heart of a man connected deeply to his Rab. Every time he struggled, he would pause his work, make wudu, and pray. For him, productivity began with He lived the ayah in Surah Al-Ankabut, and those who strive for our psyche will surely guide them to our paths. Every breakthrough he achieved can be likened to a door opened by Allah, a testament to the power of sincere effort. Historians often remark that his inventions were far too advanced for their time. Yet those who truly understand recognize that when Allah bestows a mind with sincerity and purpose, the seemingly impossible becomes achievable. However, there lies a deeply human aspect within his narrative. Despite being centuries ahead of his contemporaries and inspiring the foundations of modern mechanics, Al-Jazari remains largely unrecognized. His name seldom graces mainstream textbooks. His remarkable inventions were replicated and absorbed into the annals of Western scientific history, while the visionary behind them has faded into obscurity. Yet, this silence may impart a profound lesson. As our Prophet Muhammad taught, Allah does not look at your outward appearance or wealth, but at your hearts and deeds. Sahih, Muslim. This insight reminds us that true legacy is not merely defined by recognition, but by the sincerity and impact of our contributions.